Welcome to Game Duck. This is the PlayStation 30th Anniversary controller unboxing, breakdown, and review. As you can see on the front of the box, very comparable to the original PlayStation products. So the wait is finally over, and here we are with the PlayStation 30th Anniversary controller. Let's open this thing up. As we open up here, we can see on the inner lip every generation of PlayStation console, and from what I can tell, almost every peripheral. You could spot the PlayStation 1, even the re-release of the PS1 with the more rounded edges. Every controller, there's the PS2, the PS3, there's the PS4, and the PS5. Even has the light gun, the PSP, the PS Vita, even the UMD cartridges that would go inside of the PSP. Great detail on this inner lip. Now taking a look at the actual box, we have the buttons, the triangle, the square, the circle, and the X. And right before the circle, we see a number 3 to indicate the 30th anniversary of the controller. Let's slide this out. You see on the front here, PlayStation 30th anniversary. And printed all along the back is the buttons with the 3 and the 0. And as simple as that, here it is inside of the wrapper. Let's slide this thing right out. And how about that nostalgic feel, seeing those buttons? Seeing that full color PlayStation logo. Very nice dual tone grays, complement each other well. Buttons are shiny, more of a gloss than a matte like the original. Now on the back we see the PlayStation 30th anniversary laser etched in white. The dark gray Sony word mark on top. I thought this controller would have more of a matte feel, but just rubbing against it you can tell that it's a cross between a matte and a plastic. It's not full matte material. Do a quick sound test on this thing. Sounds great, nice and quiet like the PlayStation controllers have always been. Comparable to the Xbox Elite Series 2 controller, the other controller that I use, which is super noisy, but very comfortable. Let's bring in this sterling silver so we can compare the two. As you can see, the sterling silver has more of a steel look, a bluish gray. Also going to bring in the PlayStation Classic controller since I have no PS1 controllers handy. Now, this controller, brand new, never unbagged, we're going to slide it out and compare the look and feel and the color. Now, the first thing I notice here is the original PlayStation Classic controller has more of a lighter gray, a white tone to it. The buttons are more of a matte on the original. I wish they would have incorporated the D-pad imprints and the actual D-pad from the old PlayStation 1 controllers. They had a unique feel to them. Now, just a quick sound test on the PlayStation Classic controller for comparison. Buttons were a little tight when playing with this for the first time, but I think all controllers have a certain feel when you first start playing with them until you break them in some. But overall, yes, this is my favorite controller of this generation so far. I've always been a super fanboy of the look and feel of the original PlayStation, and bringing this controller in the lineup of the greatest feeling controller, I think, in the history of console games. I'm sorry if you weren't lucky enough to get your hands on one of these, but hopefully they'll become more widely available soon. We thank you for tuning in. This has been Steve for Game Duck. Catch you on the next one.